Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another live stream here tonight. I gotta start streaming earlier. That's what I realized. I was like, there's really no reason for me not to be doing streams from like 7 to 9, 7 to 9:30, something like that. I was not gonna do a stream, but then I was like, we'll just talk about this Pete Hegseth stuff. It's not even Hegseth, apparently. It's Waltz who leaked it, or who gave the reporter from apparently the Atlantic, and then he paywalled the story. The dude has this like crazy generational scoop on being given access to this information, a Signal chat group, and the dude paywalls it. Pfft. Hilarious. But I think it's real, man. I don't think that level of it, like, they're like, oh, they planted it to show that they don't like Europe and stuff. And it made JD Vance look pretty good. Like, JD Vance comes out against what Trump wanted to do, but he does it behind closed doors and in a civil way and in a understanding way. You know who's the boss, but you're gonna have disagreements. But yeah, JD Vance is like, fuck Europe. We don't want to keep fighting their shit because the amount of trade that goes through that canal is mainly European. It's not the United States. And so if we're gonna do this, and also what it does is it makes Trump look like a cuck to Israel, because any situation with the Houthis is going to be viewed as an Iran situation, which relates to Israel. We cannot trust JD now. Trump 2028, Vance 28. No, I thought it made Vance look good. Made Vance look good. I mean, but I think this is something that'll blow over pretty quickly. Crypto pumps because tariffs are less than expected. Well, also it's just, I think it's the market maturing. I mean, we've had several big drops we're supposed to be in a bull market right now. So eventually we're gonna have to recover some. So it's like a slight market recovery. But the thing is, man, you know, I was looking at this is very good. Tesla up 12%. You know, I was thinking Tesla really does act like an altcoin, like a giant market cap altcoin. I mean, up 11%. It's just insane for a coin that has such a high valuation to go down like 15%, up 12%. Tesla, ridiculous. I mean, Tesla was always going to have a recovery. We'll see if it can go back up to like $400, but it's at 278 now. But yeah, I mean, it was a good day, and they did talk about the tariffs. They said the tariffs were. Trump said the tariffs might be less than expected. You know, I'm very happy I don't predict what Trump is going to do on these tariffs, because I don't even think Trump knows. I mean, it's like, who knows what he's going to do? He said, well, maybe now the tariffs that were going to be in place on April 2nd, he's going to let some countries off the hook if there's like some type of renegotiation. Reciprocal tariffs on every country that was tariffing the United States is basically what it is. I don't think it makes Vance look bad. He's right to disagree. Well, no, I thought it made Vance look good. It made Vance look like the, you know, prototypical America first. JD Vance responded at 8:16. I am out for the day doing an economic event in Michigan, but I think we are making a mistake talking about, I guess, the strikes against the Houthis in Yemen. 3% of U.S. trade runs through. This is a canal that I believe connects to the Red Sea, the Suez. 40% of European trade does. There is a real risk that the public doesn't understand this. So it's 3% of U.S. trade, 40% of European trade. But honestly, Vance, to be fair, was wrong. Nobody really interpreted us striking as like, doing this for Europe. At least from what he was saying here. It was more so, people were criticizing Trump because of the Houthis being a proxy for Iran, and then Iran getting angry because we're trying to negotiate a nuclear deal with them, and basically Trump just fighting Israel's war. But this was an international situation in terms of, you know, in terms of getting them off of the canal. Will JD support us in Trump? Well, I don't think JD, I don't know, man. I mean, I think JD kind of has to go along with whatever happens, whatever Trump wants to do, because MAGA is the movement. It's not Vance, but I think Vance definitely has support, but he has to get the support from Trump to be able to really go in 2028. But what, you know, you keep talking about Trump 2028. It's not worth discussing right now. It's really not relevant at this point, because I mean, you can say it in 2027 if Trump still looks decent and they try and do an amendment, or They might try and they're not going to be able to pass a new amendment. They would have to reinterpret an amendment and basically talk about non-consecutive terms. That's how it would have to be done. Thoughts on Kimberly Don Jr.'s ex at the White House? I mean, I don't really care. You would think that any strategic military plans operations would only be discussed either in person or on secure cell phone service. Well, Signal, the messages auto-delete. People were saying they were surprised they were using Signal, though. Yeah, they're on here. And then people said, well, they leaked this on purpose to make sure Europe knows they're, I guess, on thin ice, or the United States does not want to help Europe. I don't think so. It's incompetency. They wouldn't want it to look like that. They wouldn't want the administration to look bad. But apparently it was Waltz who did it, not Hegseth. People originally thought it was Hegseth. And then Hegseth kind of really, when he was asked about it, it was like he just deflected. And he's like in Hawaii or something. He got off the plane and they asked him about it. Someone hacked and it leaked. No, I think it was a mistake. How's the analytics bracket doing? It's doing decently well. It's like the 82nd percentile. I think it's like the 85th percentile. But it just depends. I mean, if Duke wins, that bracket will probably finish in the 99th percentile. But if Duke loses, you know how it is, man. With the March Madness this year, we all have our one seed who we picked, and whichever one seed ends up winning, that's who's going to win the bracket challenge. I mean, we're all, whether you're like right now, if you're like the 90th percentile versus 82nd, it's really no difference because the points are made in the Final Four and the championship. Couldn't care less about Trump having heat in Europe. It's time to stop babysitting that continent. It's the heat he's causing in the Middle East that's worrisome. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Vance. He's trying to equate it to like us babying Europe or something. All anyone interpreted that as was Trump doing that in the name of Israel. But it is in an international trade. But really, the United States should not be involved in that. I agree. But the public is going to view any action in the Middle East as it's probably going to be helpful to Israel, and so that's, you already got the narrative that Trump is in bed with Israel, and he certainly has done some actions here to start his presidency, his second term, that have definitely led to that opinion. Like talking about relocate. I mean, I don't know if that's going to go through. It'll be interesting to see how that situation plays out with Israel and Palestine. I mean, it really is a bad situation for Trump to deal with, no matter what he does. How about the bounce on SPX 6900? Yeah, I mean, I got the 2.0. The 2.0 shit the bed today. But I think the 2.0 will bounce back with the original. A lot of the higher alt memes are doing very well. Dude, you want to know something? I was like, how did we miss this? Like, how did we seriously miss this? This is gold card. I don't even know if I would have invested in, I would have bought it, but it is crazy. Like, I don't know how we missed this. This literally did like that had to be like a 30x, maybe 24K to like. I mean, it wicked to 1 million. I can't believe we missed it. But why did it do that? See, this is the other thing that's weird. Is there's not even any news on the gold card or anything, and it does this? Like, I just don't understand. Man, this thing was down at 20K. But dude, like, this is a news thing that I would normally buy too. But I don't understand the logic of it skyrocketing. It's not even like the gold card is a huge news story. It's just, I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? Why can't Epstein, who's actually in the news, that shit go higher? It just doesn't make any sense. But I guess that's just what it is. So there's that. I mean, I think people are saying, Waltz will probably get fired. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Yeah, this is Trump talking about the possible breaks that countries are getting, saying that he's been very nice to countries for a long time. So he says, but we might even be nicer than that, talking about not putting in the reciprocal tariffs, I guess. I think that's what he's talking about when he references that. I mean, I'll look at some of those coins later, man. Just remind me about that coin later. Bigs. Word on the street, there's already a waiting list for the gold card. I thought they said they sold 500 of them in the first week or something. Was that it? They were like, well, they've made $5 billion in revenue for the U.S. government and off of the gold cards. That's what I heard. You think Trump was pissed off about the leak? Was it done on purpose? I don't think it was to distance the U.S. from Israel. No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. To me, it reeks of incompetence. Would they really want to give that? And also, they really doesn't have to do with Israel. It was more so about Vance was upset with Europe, which I think is the wrong read because none of the public really cares about, you know, protecting Europe with that shipping lane. Any strike that's done by the United States or really by the West against the Houthis is going to be seen as a pro-Israel action because they're like a proxy group that supports Iran. Yeah, the gold card thing was really inorganic, I agree. They probably just shouted it out in some type of group. Well, you can even tell when the whales bought in. They bought in like it went from 70K to like 25, and then it zoomed. I'll go to play this for you guys.
Yeah, please.
The size of the investment, partly because of tariffs. On April 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs will go into effect. Is it truly reciprocal? Or are there some countries that might get a break or some sectors that might get a break?
Well, I may give a lot of countries breaks, but it's reciprocal, but we might be even nicer than that. You know, we've been very nice to a lot of countries for a long time, but I call it Liberation Day. April 2nd is Liberation Day. But today, as you know, we did something with respect to Venezuela. You heard about that, and that will be quite important. We'll be announcing some additional tariffs over the next few days, having to do with automobiles, cars, and having also to do a little bit with lumber down the road, lumber and chips. We're going to get all those chip companies coming back. They're already coming back without even doing it. So it's been very good. But we'll be announcing some others. But for the most part, April 2nd will be a big day. That'll be Reciprocal Day. And we'll be bringing some of the money back that's been taken from us. Let's be nice by using the word taken. I don't want to use a stronger word because these guys are professional politicians and they don't like to hear those words. I refuse to use the word stolen from us, but that's a...
But Mike Johnson looks really stiff.
Well, the European Union lowered their tariffs to 2.5%. We were only at 2.5% for cars, which is very low. And as you probably heard, that European Union lowered their number from much higher than that, many, many times higher. Surprised to 2.5%. So that was good. But I don't know that I expect that. It's up to them. But we have reciprocal tariffs.
Huh. Trump talking about Greenland. It can't go any other way. Yeah, he wants to take over Greenland pretty badly. Ohio State football visiting the White House April 14th. Heard that 1,000 gold cards were sold in Howard Lutnick. Dude, Howard Lutnick is everywhere. He's like the official spokesperson of the White House at this point. He said on the interview that gold card recipients would be safe and protected in the United States if World War III starts, mostly Middle Eastern customers. Are you talking about Pete Hegseth? I think I have that on here. This?
Looking forward to it. One question.
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the, I don't know, the hoaxes of Russia, 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 or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely from the beginning. And you see, we've been managing 4 years of deferred maintenance under the Trump administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely defensively or at shacks in Yemen. President Trump said, no more. We will reestablish deterrence. We will open freedom of navigation, and we will ultimately decimate the Houthis, which is exactly what we're doing as we speak from the beginning, overwhelmingly.
No, the leaks didn't reveal anything at all. It's more so they're trying to say, well, it's incompetence to even invite someone into I guess the story from the reporter was that he accidentally got invited into this private signal group, but it didn't really reveal anything, and then he put it behind a paywall. Remember the movie Loose Change? Yeah, it's like one of the main conspiracy 9/11 films, man. Loose Change. It's one of the main movies talked about 9/11 being an inside job. Yeah, I know people are saying it was possibly done on purpose. I don't know, man. It's not a good look for the administration to do something like that. It didn't even accomplish that much, I feel like, even if it was done on purpose. Some are saying the info and leak are made up. Don't know. I think the reason that the story has so much legs is because someone within the White House staff confirmed that it was real or some shit. That's what I read. To accidentally add someone random IDK, right? How do you add someone random to a signal group discussing a war situation with the vice president? Did you see Hillary Clinton tweet about Pete? Yeah, well, I guess any type of thing with her because of her situation. It's funny how they rewrite history on Hillary Clinton, like, oh, she didn't do anything bad. No. When you acid wash your hard drive and you spend thousands of dollars getting rid of your hard drive, you're totally innocent. I agree. Like, they try and rewrite this Hillary Clinton like she didn't do anything. They added Tim Waltz they added the wrong Waltz. They didn't add Michael. They added Tim. Greenland coin is mooning. You're kidding. You gotta be trolling me on that, dude. I don't even have any of that coin anymore. I mean, it's up 13%. It's certainly not mooning. It's up 13%. Come on, bro. Hillary doesn't totally have a -30 favorability rating. Yeah, I don't even know why they include her on favorability. She's too irrelevant for that shit. They always include her. They used to include Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell will be at like -70 in approval. I'm not even kidding you. Like, that dude was like, if you put out favorability poll, every single poll I've seen Mitch McConnell be a part of is the lowest. Every single one when they don't do him anymore now because there's no point. But they'll do Hillary. Hillary will be like -25, -30. It's because she lost to Trump and she's a bitter old woman, and no. Ratings from Oklahoma. What's up, man? What's Schumer's rating? I think he's probably like -40, honestly, at this point. Obviously, all Republicans hate Schumer. Half of the Democrats hate him now. So he's probably like -40. Are you gonna do any World War II videos soon? It's hard, man. I mean, maybe I'll, but it's like I don't know if I'd do any World War II videos. I want to do a World War II iceberg, but it's a very time consuming. Where's the Epstein news? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's annoying. The thing is, we didn't know that the JFK files were going to be released, and then randomly Trump said it one day. So I'm just hoping the Epstein stuff comes out. So hopefully, I mean, as soon as possible, preferably. Hopefully this week, though. But it feels like it's just going to be any time, just randomly. Either Bondi will say, "Oh, we got the okay to release it. It's going to be released," or something. I mean, these are great market conditions for that coin to do well. If they announced they were releasing it soon. Completely unrelated, but is Trump's hair becoming white now? No, I think that's the lighting. It's probably the lighting. Is the market pump real, or is it a dead cat bounce? Well, we had to bounce at some point. I still think we probably have a ways to go before it's a full reversal. I mean, it depends, stock market or crypto, but both of them. I mean, we have to see what Trump ends up doing with these April 2nd tariffs. We could be down again April 2nd. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we were down again, even though he's announced that, well, maybe some of the reciprocal tariffs are not going to happen like we thought they were. Yeah, Tim Walz, he did call the bottom at around 225. That's when he went out there and he made fun of Tesla's stock. It was like 220. Is that what he said? 225 and dropping, and it's like the literal bottom. 225 and falling, and it ends up being the bottom. Well, at least he's a bottom signal. He started gloating. Routine coin looks clean. Come on with the routine, man. I didn't even know this was a thing, but what is it? Yeah, it does look nice. It's got nice support. It's reached to. You're looking at another leg up to like 30 million, like the Poise coin did. Basically the same thing. It's good market conditions for it too. Olivier is up 52.48 over Carney. Bitcoin price 200K. No shot, man. Man, Duke really is a favorite in terms of the national title. They've went ahead. I mean, they looked really good the first two rounds, to be fair. Duke did. I'm surprised Florida's in front of Auburn. All the one seeds, though. You should do the JFK Files video. You still don't know what came out of that. Well, yeah, that's unfortunately what's going to happen with any of these declassifications. There's not going to be an immediate smoking gun on, oh, this is what happened. And the problem with history, going back that far, is just the context of the time. It's hard to interpret the stuff that is being declassified. It's very hard. You need a historian who understands the time period, understands everyone. That's why 9/11 is a lot easier to process. Because it happened in 2001, it's easier to understand the time period a bit. I never dumped my face in ice water, man. I never done that. I guess that's a big thing now they're doing. Did you see Maryland's? But yeah, Maryland really got lucky. They got real lucky with that win, man. That was a lucky fall away bank by a big man. Like a running bank. NIL has ruined March Madness. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, you could say with the no upsets. It's just all the good mid-major players get poached. FanDuel site had conservative minus 4,000 a few months ago. Now it's minus 125. That's a crazy change. Minus 4,000 is ridiculous. Those odds are stupid. Minus 4,000. If it was minus 4,000, it would be a guarantee. The polling would be like 80-20 if it was minus 4,000. That it should have never been minus 4,000 for Paul Vieira. Prediction for Bitcoin high this cycle, I'd say like hopefully 200. Hopefully 200, man. People, you could argue 150 though. We will never have a San Diego State or Oral Roberts run again. I mean, it's possible under the right circumstances. It's still possible, but it's just this year was very chalky. I mean, there was a chalky year back in like what was it, 2018? What the? A United Airlines plane made a U-turn 2 hours after the flight, and after the pilot realized they forgot their passport. This can't be true. They were given a $15 coupon. See, this is like, they just tweet out this false stuff. They probably were given a bunch of shit. You can't do this to inconvenience passengers like this. The airlines always have to pay a fucking lot when they mess up like this. They probably given like 3 free flights or some shit. Who will get fired, Waltz or Hegseth or no one? I don't think anyone will, but it would be Waltz. Apparently, he's the one that did it, not Hegseth. It was just reported that Hegseth did it when it broke, or it was like people made it seem like it was Hegseth. On Polymarket, it shows conservatives are winning the popular vote easily. Canada election popular vote. Conservatives by, yeah, it's likely to be, well, it's likely to be conservatives probably by like 2% according to this, possibly honestly by like even more than that. Man, the popular vote's pretty crazy in Canada. They could win the popular vote by like 5 or 6 points. The conservatives could pretty easily, it looks like. At least if these numbers are anywhere close. Did you see the guy trolled Reddit Elon haters into buying deep out of the money? Yeah, I saw that. The Tesla. Yeah. But did any of them actually do it? I mean, I saw him do it and then take a picture to screenshot it. But I'm not sure if any of them actually did that. But either way, it's a funny meme because people think that's like a real liberal that said that. Your title legit says Hegseth leaks war plans to press. Well, that's because you have to, when you're putting in a title, you have to put something that's going to be interpreted. If I say Waltz does it, nobody really cares. But that's the headline. So I'll explain it. Well, no, it wasn't Hegseth, but I mean, the media headline is that. So that's why you put it in the title. But I mean, it really doesn't matter what's in the title, honestly. It's like, but no, it wasn't Hegseth, but they said it was Hegseth, and the Hegseth's the biggest story. They asked about him. Listen, we don't even know if it's actually real, but even if it is, it's like, it's just bad incompetence if it is, but it didn't even reveal anything. But I understand people being angry about it, I guess, because it could reveal something the next time it happens, if it does happen. So Carney just had his Kamala boom moment. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, probably. Honestly, that's probably what happened. Imagine if Harris won, how bad it would be. Yeah, people were talking about, imagine what Harris would be doing right now if she was president. Crypto would be higher. People were saying crypto would be higher. Honestly, with what Trump did with his coin, it wasn't good. But I mean, I think crypto will perform better under Trump. It's just going to take longer. GTA 6 tomorrow. Nah, I haven't heard any hype about the GTA 6 trailer tomorrow. Is that another rumor? I'm tired of hearing about the GTA like trailer 2 rumors, man. They need to just release it. I've heard April 1st they're going to release it, but you know how that goes. Tesla earnings call in late April. It should show a massive drop in sales for this quarter. That's going to hit the stock price. Their earnings call is in late April. Yeah, but I wonder how much it recovers before then, because that's in a month. I mean, who knows? It might be like the price might be at like 350 and then it drops back down to 300 or 320. I mean, it really does act like a high market cap alt. Greenland Prime Minister is mad. Yeah, I covered that today. You know, the Greenland situation is such an annoying. It's just an annoyance to deal with because these people, you know, they want to be given stuff. They want to cut a deal with the United States. I guess it's understandable. They you know, they'll join us under certain stipulations, I think. But right now, they're really anti-United States. Trump needs to annex Greenland ASAP. Well, unfortunately, it's not that easy. I mean, it might be that easy if you wanted to just take it over, but if you want to do it through peaceful measures and be nice about it, it's a long, drawn-out process that requires a negotiation with the government of Greenland to be able to take them over. Tesla sales dropped because they switched to new model. Yeah, but I mean, there also has to be at least a little effect on these protests and Musk being in the public eye and him being pro-Trump. It's going to have some effects on their sales, at least for this short-term period, you would have to think. GTA 6 trailer April 1st, tariffs April 2nd. I mean, possible, I guess. Will they ever make a good Call of Duty again? I don't think so, man. There's so much shit that just sucks now. Call of Duty is another thing that's used to be good. It's terrible. But you know what it is, man? You know what happens? They're trying to cater to the newer generation, shorter attention spans. They love these battle royales because Fortnite really ruined COD. And now they have to do this whole thing with their own version of Fortnite or like the battle royale. And I mean, it's just, and now like there's just no creativity either. Maybe they can't just get rid of the Black Ops series because they know like if they do it and they release a new game under a different, it's like they can't get rid of the Modern Warfare or Black. So they're like, oh, we're going to release Modern Warfare 2 again. Remember how they did Modern Warfare like 2019? Like they had, you couldn't, the name of it was just Modern Warfare. It's like, hey, which one? No, it's just Modern Warfare. There's already like fucking 3 Modern Warfares. So then you have to call it Modern Warfare 2019. Now we're on Black Ops like 7. I mean, there's just no creativity from any of these game creators at all. Is anything Trump is saying about the sentiment true about Greenland? What's the polling over there look like? I'll be honest, no, nothing he's saying is true. It doesn't matter though. You have to say stuff like that, but no, he was saying how, you know, people want, you know, they wanted the U.S. to come there. No, they didn't want us to come there. It doesn't matter though. But he is true in terms of Greenland, the size of it, and the lack of investment from Denmark. Denmark can't invest into Greenland. They just don't have a big enough economy to be able to do that. Madden sucks now too. Madden is terrible. MLB The Show is terrible. Well, Madden sucked forever, and they just use the same exact graphics over and over again. Madden is just, and think about it, Ultimate Team. There's another thing that's ruined a video game. Pay you for your players. How about the new NCAA football? Horrible. Absolutely terrible. There was very little creativity in the Dynasty mode. The college football video game they brought back, just terrible. Some people liked it. I was like, dude, there's nothing to this game. It's like a beta. Microtransactions, yeah, it is. How are we sure that's even real? Well, because apparently one of the White House people confirmed it was real. Buying opportunity has been here. Yeah, I mean, it clearly is a buying opportunity for both crypto and the stock market. I agree. That's why I'm thinking about, putting some cash in. I don't know if I'll do it. Greenland's election recently was won by a pro-independence party. You think a pro-American party came in? Yeah, they came in second, but it's not. That doesn't mean it wasn't really a pro-American party. Like, they don't want to join the United States. Now, that's probably going to change once they hear our offer. Like, if we give them a good offer and we give them protection, that probably changes. But right now, I can tell you that they do not want to join the United States, no matter what Trump says. But again, that can change. You thought Don Jr. went over there and made it rain? Well, yeah, that was like a photo op with Don Jr. and Charlie Kirk. They went over there in January, and they had their photo thing. It's all propaganda. Europe, Greenland, Canada are going to suffer hard without U.S. support. Oh, no, I agree completely. Well, Greenland will suffer without Denmark support if they want to be independent as well. Trump leaving NATO and taking Greenland would be nice. Well, NATO just would become like a bigger EU, basically, if Trump left NATO, if the United States left. But Greenland is tied to the EU by proxy with Denmark, so they're being fed all that information. That's one of the things that you have to understand with the Greenlanders. Their citizens are being fed all of this propaganda. You think Trump is super mad about the leak? If the leak is real, I mean, it's not a good look for their administration. But this is something it's going to have a minimal effect on a lot of this stuff. It's not going to have a big effect. It's just, this type of stuff just can't happen. Again. You think 2028 will be bigger than 2024 for you? For me? Dude, I don't even know 2028 is a really long way away. Who knows what the media landscape is like in 2028? It's hard to really say anything on that. Trump can make them all millionaires. Yeah, but we wouldn't even have to make them millionaires. I mean, you give them like $50K each or some shit. Alberta Independence is at 40% support according to a poll. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I was stressing the need for Carney to win. That probably goes to 70% if Carney wins. If liberals get the majority, I wouldn't be surprised if it went to like 70%. And honestly, maybe even higher, like if they do a snap poll, because people are going to get really angry in Alberta if the liberals win. But it's looking like they're not going to. To me, it kind of becomes a moot point if Carney loses, because then it's like, why would they finally got a conservative government. Why would Alberta leave now? But I mean, there could be things that block Paul Vieira from governing properly in Canada. You were not kidding. Lego City is now for like 3-year-olds, and yeah, I mean even that's gotten destroyed. I remember when I was younger, I liked Lego City. I mean, obviously the sets are very, even but the sets when you were younger, they were at least something to them. Now you look at them, they're terrible. They're like for 1-year-olds, like a 1 year, it's like 20 pieces. $69, $70. They must have some kind of at least short-term economic independence vision. Is basically selling mining rights, but without giving up sovereignty. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They have to do that, but they also need defense. If they get their own, arms, if they get their own military, that's 57,000 people. How many of those are able-bodied fighting men? It's a very small. So they're going to need to be protected. So they're going to, the EU is in their ear constantly. They want to do some type of deal, but what is the EU going to do in terms of mining? I mean, it's like, that would be a debacle. It would go extremely slow. They'd barely extract anything, while Canada controls all of the rare earths. So you need the U.S. to go in there and actually do it in a quick fashion to extract some of those minerals and rare earths. If Paul Vier gets minority government, he's screwed because there will be another election in 2 years. Yeah, that's right. I was looking at the past Canadian elections, and I saw that they had an election, I think 2019 and then 2021. So if you get a minority government, you have to have an election in 2 years or some shit. Yeah. So that could be another problem. We'll have to see how much they win by. It's very important. What are you drinking? I'm just drinking water, honestly, man. I'm just drinking water tonight. Do you think the U.S. could invade Russia and win with no nukes? Well, nobody uses nukes. Yeah, really, when you're talking about war scenarios, you have to say no nukes, because then otherwise there's no point in even discussing it. I mean, where would we... So we would have a big presence in Europe, we'd have to... Actually, we'd invade through Alaska and just take over all of eastern Russia. That would be ideal. Just cross over the Bering Strait in the summer. Or maybe wait for it to become ice and use it as an ice bridge. '28 might be the easiest election to predict with the current possible Dem candidates. Yeah, there'll be somebody that comes in out of nowhere. I think AOC is probably going to be the VP if I had to guess. But that's just a way too early prediction. But my thought is it'll be a more moderate, like trendy white dude and then AOC. They try and counter it a little bit. I mean, if you have AOC can't be the leader. She's too young. She's too radical. You could bring her as the VP to try and like rev up the young liberal base, all the young liberal people, the low propensity voters. But it's going to have to be some white dude who's like more moderate, and then AOC if they do that. Did you see Trump say U.S. will rejoin the Commonwealth? Yeah, I saw that. I saw Alex Jones get really angry about it. I think it's just it's just more of like a symbolic thing. I think that's what that is. But I saw some reactions to that, yeah. You don't think nukes will be used unless a first world country is about to be destroyed? No, I know. I agree with you. I think like because it's so impossible to predict nukes and when they're going to be actually used, it really depends on the leadership and how trigger happy they are. But we can't predict it, so it's like you predict World War III. Well, it's all going to be nukes. I said that I thought World War III was going to be a lot of ground fighting, a lot of drone strikes. And World War IV was going to be nukes. But I mean, there's really no point in even predicting it. It's like, but I think people will be surprised with World War III, honestly. But you are right. Like, how does World War III end exactly? Because if a first world country is getting pushed to the brink, then we might be talking about something. That's when it gets bad. Because it doesn't start off as nukes. People think it's just, someone's going to fire a nuke and that's good. No, to start off with ground fighting, and then, if a country's gonna, you have to really come to like a peace deals, but before the country gets destroyed, because when the country's about to be destroyed, that's when they would launch, or they might launch before. I mean, you just don't know. Do you think the Yemen war will affect Trump's approval rating? Well, not right now. The problem is that if, we have this bad relationship with Iran, if there's a situation that breaks out with Iran and the United States backs Israel or aids Israel in bombing Iran, then that's going to affect, I would imagine, at least a little bit his approval rating. It depends. Right now, these strikes did not affect it. His approval rating is based off of mainly the economy right now. There's obviously going to be some, I mean, you're going to have all the negative press that's just going to exist no matter what, whether it's about Tesla and Musk or whatever. But if you get this war over, I think it'll help slightly. They're going to try and swing it like Trump caved into Putin, but I think most Americans will be happy about that. Yeah, I saw a World War IV meme coin. I also saw a World War III meme coin. But it's like World War IV meme coin, man. You're really going out. You're really predicting that, man. What is the point? Musk have a robot army yet? Yeah, droids in Star Wars. They're gonna have those. The little shrimp droids. You see what Bondi is doing with the Fed judge injunctions lately, both on briefs and her appearances. You give her a total pass on the Epstein files. She did talk about them. She talked about them today. Did she give an update on them? Maybe that's why the coin jumped. Oh, here it is. Well, we get, see if we can find it. Talking about prosecuting the fraud from that Musk recovers with Doge.
This is an out of judge, a federal judge trying to control our entire foreign policy, and he cannot do it. You know, he dragged us into court on a Saturday without any notice, and then he's continuing these hearings. He's trying to ask us about national security information, which he is absolutely not entitled to. We are appealing. We will be in court Monday again. We will win. We will prevail. There are 261 reasons why Americans are safer today, and that's because those people are now in an El Salvador prison. And we are going to follow the law, and we are going to protect Americans. You know, there's a reason why Biden's approval rating was plummeting because of the border. There's a reason why the current Democrats' approval rating is at 29%. People want to be safe. This is President Trump's agenda to keep Americans safe, Maria. It's basic public safety. Get these people out of our country as fast as we can. They're not immigrants. They're illegal aliens who are committing the most violent crimes you can imagine on Americans. Murder, rapes. You know, ask the parents of all of these young women who have been violently strangled, raped, and murdered. And we...
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe they're still fighting this, but this is judges, so they think it's not as bad. But obviously Americans are going to agree with these people being deported. It's ridiculous that this is something they're trying to fight. Do you think Trump will end the Russia-Ukraine war before June? I mean, end it? There's a lot going on with the Russia-Ukraine situation. It'll be ended by the summer. June, I don't think so, man. It's not moving really quickly in terms of this. They can't even nail down a ceasefire. But I mean, if they get a ceasefire done, then hypothetically you'd have 30 days, and maybe it'll probably get extended. Knowing this war, probably extend the negotiating window. What is the best chance of a woman becoming president? Feel like the best chance was Hillary? Oh, definitely. Well, Hillary had like a 90%. Look at the betting odds on Hillary on election day. She was like minus 900 to win. So yeah, it was definitely Hillary for sure. And now I would imagine liberals, whether their base likes it or not, they're like, all right, we tried Hillary, we tried Kamala, we're gonna go back to a dude, probably a white dude. I guess it could be like a minor. I mean, it probably a dude. That's what I would imagine is who they're gonna go with, and the VP will definitely be a woman. They have to balance it like that. If it's a white dude, it's gonna be a minority female. That's what they did with Biden and Harris. Are you talking about the put options on before September 11th on September 6th? All the put options on American Airlines and United Airlines stocks? The Ukraine war is only will end with a Russian victory. No reason for them to do peace. Well, there is a reason for them to do peace. Ukraine is still supported by the United States and NATO. I mean, I don't think they really want a lot of the land right now. If they really wanted to mount a huge offensive, obviously there's a reason they're not doing it. They're scared about something. So I do think they want to end the war. And also, they've lost a lot in terms of military, in terms of resources, weaponry, troops. For them to be more aggressive when they're already weakened like this, and you've got a full NATO force that hasn't fought yet, do you really think they want that? I mean, you're really pushing your luck if you want to, mount a huge offensive. I don't know what would happen. I mean, it is true that Trump does want to end this war, and Russia might be able to kind of take advantage of that and not end it and get more land from Ukraine because they know Trump is not going to push back against it. I guess it just depends how it plays out. If they're seen as the aggressor. What is the secret plan King Charles wants to offer Trump? He put it on Truth Social. I don't know. I didn't even see that. How bad is the Hegseth fumble? Lots are calling for him to resign. Well, it wasn't Hegseth. It would have been Mike Waltz. It wasn't Hegseth, apparently, who invited this reporter, I guess, to the group. Explosive residue found on the dancing Israelis. Yeah, there's some conflicting reports on that on what it was. I think it was in their van. Well, they reported it was found on their clothes and in their van. But that whole story with the dancing Israelis was, when I originally researched that, I thought it was some type of, it's bullshit. They're just blaming, Jewish people for this, and it was even worse than I thought it was going. I mean, it was like, okay. They've got a full ass shell company set up. The person that owned the shell company fled to Israel 3 days after September. Yeah, it's really bad. I don't want to get into that though. Bryce, $50K in cash on it for a date with Rosie O'Donnell. Well, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot for crypto. I'll meet Rosie in Dublin. They'll go back home. I have to pass on Rosie. I don't know, man. And no, I'm not from Ireland. My ancestors are from Ireland. But that was like the 1700s. Commonwealth membership. I don't know. He's probably talking about something else because they already talked about the Commonwealth membership. You broke your streak on Sunday. I know. I mean, it was going to be broken at some point. It's like, you get burnt out, I guess. No, I broke it on Saturday, I think, right? Yeah, it was Saturday. Show the video of dancing Israelis. Well, there is no There's no video of them. They declassified the photos of them. There's literal photos. It's this dude. Well, it's not funny. It's bad, but with a lighter, and then the towers are burning in the background. Those are declassified photos. I think we need to start worrying about high-profile people in Trump's administration getting fired or quitting. Yeah, I mean, there's no one that's, you know, it's fine right now. It is people were mad at Bondi, they're mad at Hegseth. It's, you know, they've been talking about Musk and Trump having this rift. You remember the whole thing with Musk and Rubio? I mean, they're trying to do it with everyone. But I do think Musk and Rubio probably did have a disagreement, but it's not a big deal. I mean, these people are going to have disagreements. And you can understand with Musk not being, you know, coming in late, really not even being a Republican and endorsing Trump and then just having all this access. It's, you know, I understand some animosity there from the cabinet. Scott Jennings would be a great senator. Yeah, well, there's talk of him possibly. Was it McConnell running with McConnell retiring? Trump's disavowal of Project 2025 was disheartening. Well, Project 2025 it's a conservative think tank, and they do it every it's every 4 years when there's going to be a new election. They do a project for like a conservative future. So there was like a, you know, they did it in 2020, they did it in 2016. That's not really a, it's a common thing that it's the Heritage Foundation. They kept saying, that's the reason I remember it, because they kept talking about it. They tried to push it off there like it's the Heritage Foundation, the Republican think tank. And they're right. I mean, it was. But I mean, Trump disavowed it because it just, he's trying to win an election. And also some of the things that they were proposing was really not possible in terms of trying to implement. How do you think the Trump administration is doing in terms of the economy so far? Well, it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride, but it's really an incomplete grade in terms of Trump and the economy. It comes down to, what does Trump do with these tariffs? Are the interest rates able to be lowered and keep the inflation down? Very important, because we know the whole thing with Biden, all anyone's going to talk about is inflation. Trump's got to make sure he keeps inflation down. And, you know, obviously the economy is impacted by a lot of global situations, so hopefully nothing comes up in terms of war. You end the wars, that's going to positively impact the economy as well. So the economy is still to be played out in terms of, right now I would say it's incomplete. There's been some turbulence, but you can't really judge it based off of the first 2 months. This is the time you really do things that maybe create turbulence right now, because there's no election, it's an off year. And then I think the economy will be recovered to a degree by the next midterms. And so that's the ideal situation, because the House is going to be the one that's, I mean, they'll keep the Senate. Hopefully they're able to get at least 53, 54 seats. A very good Senate met for Republicans in 2026. It's not, the House is a little bit tougher. The likes to viewers ratio is slacking. Yeah, guys, please like it. It does help, I think. Yeah, but the Project 2025 thing was apparently going to be staffed by his loyalists from 2016. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly it's probably just liberal, but I mean, what even is Trump going to implement? Like, let's be honest, you know, they just needed a tagline to try and hit Trump on. That was when they were losing, and that was during their, you know, that big Project 2025 thing really happened for liberals when it was around like late July, early August. During the DNC, I think. Yeah, they brought out that big buck during the DNC. What's up with Cash? Yeah, I mean, I saw Cash do an interview talking about something. I mean, we can take a look, see if he's probably got an interview on here.
All right, Director, it's only been a month, but it's been a busy month. And I think part of your success is the good relationship you have with your colleagues, whether it be John Ratcliffe, whether it be Mike Waltz. I mean, it is a really good national security team. But update us on some things, some highlights of your first month that maybe we missed.
I really appreciate this. This shows what the men and women of the FBI can do when they have leadership who are in lockstep with the national security mission of safeguarding our citizens. Just in the last 3 weeks, Trey, the FBI has arrested and brought to justice, thanks to the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi, 3 top 10 of the FBI's most wanted. Let me just say that again. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of the FBI's most wanted top 10 are now in custody because of our relationships with folks like Director Ratcliffe and Secretary Hegseth and Rubio, and the list goes on. But we've also returned to justice in just 1 short week's time one of the architects of the Abbey-Gate explosion. That
the whale has entered. The whale has landed. Sean, thank you. The whale enters. Chili, I identify as a whale. That was a nice meme you posted to me, Chili. I appreciate that. the Joe Rogan meme.
I killed 13 of our service members. We did that in 1 week, flying through multiple countries and going into Pakistan and utilizing our liaison relationships and the leverage that we have, thanks to great guys like Johnny Ratcliffe, and getting a modicum of justice to the American people. And just to put that in perspective, those folks have been on the run for 4 years. And in the last 12 months before I got into this seat, Trey, do you know how many top 10 FBI's most wanted were arrested by the FBI? 0. That's the difference. Yeah. 4 weeks in, we got 3, and we're just warming up.
Yeah, the one I saw that was a good comment talking about redistributing wealth. There's going to be a shakeup, and people are talking about the gas prices. The gas prices are down. They're down. They're below where they were at any point under Biden. I think they're really down. So yeah, there's some good stuff. I mean, there's some good stuff, and there's a little bit of turbulence. The Tesla stock, yeah, I was looking at the Tesla stock, 11%, 12% actually, 12%. The Tesla, but even like the past week, it's been a good week. Tesla 17% gain the past week. I mean, you knew it was going to start to rebound after the fall with Tim Walz predicting the bottom. Was late today to the stream. the meds, dude. Yeah. Come on, Bobby, Donnie, give me my meds. Until Cash releases the Epstein files, he just comes across as fake and annoying. Yeah, I mean, that's always going to hang over them. If they do something similar to what they did with the JFK stuff with Epstein, they're going to be fine. But they have to do it, and I'm not sure they're going to. But hopefully something like that happens, because we could use that. I don't even know why I'm using this site. Dude, these people front run Grok 4. It's so stupid. Yeah, this Epstein coin is about to run. I think this Epstein coin's about to run. Come on. Actually, it looks like shit. God damn it. It needs a sustained run to get like over 150. Just get over 150. But if there's news, I'm pretty sure in this environment it'll jump to like 500 or 600K, and then we could offload it, and I at least make money, like make slight money honestly. You think it's a good time to buy Tesla? Well, it was a good time like when it was it's a good time to buy when it was 220. I mean, I would still say yeah, it's pretty low compared to, it had a shock crash. It had a shock crash. It got undervalued because of that. What is the number one AI? Like the language model? I think it's Grok. They said above open. Surprised some of the Israeli lines in the JFK files weren't redacted. Yeah, I know. No, they released some good stuff in those files. I mean, it's all how it's interpreted. It's just such a long time ago, so it's just. But they released a lot of interesting stuff. It's good for Trump. Good for Trump to do that. Oh, this is what you were talking about, dude. You think this is gonna do well? I think the one dude was talking about this coin. This is Solana. 350K. There's just so many projects now, man. There really is. Epstein 2 is gonna be the run that one. Imagine they make an Epstein 2. That'd be so annoying. Stop. Trump's approval rating at 50%. I wouldn't even pay attention to it. I mean, look, depends what poll you look at. I was actually, this is Trump's approval rating. I looked at it the last live stream. It's like even, man, I can't even deal with this light. It's like even. Every Call of Duty streamer is cheating with aimbot, or they've got like the VPN, you know, when they get the bot lobbies. They get lobbies with like fucking kids from Venezuela and stuff because they use their VPN, and they this is what they do. I mean, but Call of Duty's shit anyways now. You know of any good dancing Israeli documentaries or articles? Saw your vid but want to know more. Well, which vid did you see? My iceberg, or did you see the actual vid on it? Yeah, there's ways to find. I haven't seen. There's only one real news clip that they always show. You could find that on X pretty easily if you just search it. There's one news clip that was like from 2002 that talks to the lady that saw them. And then you all just have to find it through the internet. Just search like dancing Israelis, Reddit. You'll see stuff. You'll see links to different things that have been declassified, stuff like that. Uneven approval rating right now is incredible. There's a lot of turmoil and uncertainty. Right. Well, that's what I was saying. I said this is as low as Trump's approval rating is going to be unless something crazy happens. You can't predict anything, you know, extremely insane happening with the markets or anything like that. Like, what are these tweets? Like, I mean... Your first thought was that Goldberg, who was the reporter, this is the reporter, was specifically and deliberately included so that he would leak it and it would go to the public. It was to let Europe know how unhappy American leadership is with Europe's unwillingness to pull its weight in the military. I don't know, man. Opinions on Candace Owens. I mean, obviously she's now, you know, extremely anti-Israel. I mean, I don't really have any issues with Candace Owens or anything. Israel knew, the U.S. knew. Well, elements of the U.S. government. It's not as simple as just the entire U.S. government knew. It's, you know, you look into this stuff, and the deeper you get, it's all based on context clues as well. Finding this stuff, it's not based off of like actual. But if enough things align, I mean, I want to do a full video where I do a full breakdown on the iceberg. I'm gonna do a full video. It'll be a longer video where I just talk more in depth about all of it. How's my bracket? My bracket's in like the, I think the 78th percentile right now. You know, it's just going to come down to, I mean, I have all my Final Four teams. I have my national champion still alive, but so does everyone. I mean, really the only team that you could say maybe people were picked was St. John's. that's a team that lost. But other than that, it's like all the 2 seeds are still alive, all the 1 seeds are still alive. So it just depends. You know, these teams are going to face each other. Whoever wins is going to win. If your team wins, you're going to win the bracket. Yeah, I did see Trump. I don't know if you search Trump. He had like the whole cabinet there, the whole gang.
Well, a clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. That's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
Well, we're tackling the fraud, waste, and abuse in the agency. We've seen, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud go unprosecuted, so we're taking that on. We have a zero tolerance policy for fraud, and we continue to crack down on it and make sure people are held accountable.
It's amazing. And you have a lot of that. You found far too much of it. It's a pure fraud. We like to use the words waste and abuse because they sort of sound good, but many of
the Elon's hat. Trump was right about everything. That's his hat, really? That's a simp right there. Trump was right about everything. You're talking about Norway making a deal for a territory of You think Norway is willing to sell a part of their territory? Has that been discussed at all? We wouldn't be able to buy that because of where it's located. The EU would throw a fucking fit. We should stop blaming crypto on tariffs. Well, dude, this is just how it works. The stock market had a horribly negative effect, so that's going to affect crypto no matter what. It just does. If the stock market goes down in unison, it's going to have a bad effect on crypto. You think Pump Fund has destroyed it? I mean, Pump Fund it's not been good. It's a way, but you have to understand most of those coins, like 99% of those coins that come out that are on Pump Fund, they don't do anything. They go to zero within like 12 hours. But I think most people are shifting away from Pump Fund anyways. Hopefully, I mean, there are a lot of coins, and I wish the Pump Fund would go away, but it's not going to. Do you have a generator? I'm not even sure if my generator works. You're the best channel on Alberta, Canada, becoming the 51st state. Yeah, well, listen, I like when Trump tries to do territory acquisitions. I've always liked that idea. So I was gonna do a lot of videos on that. I would do a lot of videos on Greenland. I'll do a lot of videos on that. Maybe we start talking. Should I bring up Iceland? Should I bring up Trump annexing Iceland? I think my fan base would like that. Trump is gonna annex Iceland. Iceland comes after Greenland. There's been no talk of Iceland, honestly, but yeah, you like that. You like the stocks. Yeah, it did bottom. It's up. You're probably right. You like this coin a lot, don't you? A little bit. It's too pricey, man. It's 14 million. It's a very pricey coin, brother. Your Alberta vids pop off though. Yeah, I know. It's because the algorithm. The algorithm likes certain types of content, and so you'll just be able to do it. You know, my Alberta videos do well. Other videos don't do well. It's how it goes. Take back the Philippines. The Philippines has too many people. I mean, you add them as a territory, I guess, but no, I would much rather add any of those Pacific islands that we used to have, like the Marshall Islands, Fiji. You should do a video on Canada, US, and the UK being one nation that would more than offset the liberal votes. Well, the UK's, you know, extremely liberal themselves. Yeah, that's the thing is that's why I never liked the British Empire, because of the amount of, you know, disconnected land ownership they had like throughout the world. It should all connect. I don't know, that's just something. Or it should be like an island like Greenland. Like if we have the, you know, that what I've thought of in terms of that Arctic empire, I think that's a good idea, man. I think it looks good. It looks good. And we just leave Eastern Canada alone because we can't deal with the liberalism, and we should annex Russia. Yeah, we should launch an invasion from Alaska and take over Eastern Russia. A nice American empire. I mean, because they don't have much of anything in Eastern Russia at all, like Far Eastern Russia. The soda grifters, yeah, that was bad, man. Well, you know how it works with these influencers is, you know, they'll get caught doing something, and then all the other influencers who weren't caught doing the same thing dunk on them because it's like, see, I didn't do this. Look how bad it is. You know, so they all just dunk on them. Well, this is what it was. So they got, you know, basically big soda, big soda, you know, DMs these people. These are influencers. They've got 300, 400K followers, whatever. And they're like, I'll give you $1,000 to put out this tweet. And they all have to word it slightly differently. You see how they word it differently? Just to try and make it seem legitimate. But it's not even like, why would you, it's the sentiment of it is, it's completely undermining RFK Jr.'s plan to get this shit food out of, you know, food stamps. I guess in this case, this shit liquid. Did the Eagles ever go to the White House? They're going to go. Remember they bitched out? Imagine they bitched out because Trump, yeah, they bitched out, and then they got, people were like, fuck you. And they said, all right, we'll go. But they were like, it's fake news because it was reported they weren't going to go. Trump is such a nice old man. Trump's just a sweet old man. Yeah, dude, I know about the census data. Everybody's been talking about that. The census, I know. I mean, I've done multiple videos on that. Membership to the UK Commonwealth is a trade organization with no downside. I mean, the thing is, if Trump wants to, was giddy about doing that, I would imagine there's probably not a ton of downside in terms of how much it tethers us to the UK. Driving vlogs on the second channel. Yes, I was watching some old live streams I was doing. Well, that on my main channel. I don't know, like over a year ago. It's weird to see. You think we should annex northern Mexico for a DMZ? Well, I originally thought we should do it and set up 2 different border walls. It's like we got the main border wall, and then we have the DMZ and another border wall. But I mean, that would take a lot of work because of how the length of northern Mexico. Didn't get a notification for my live. Yeah, that always happens, man. It's just, it's something that YouTube has always had a problem with. Also, I think it might have been this time because I uploaded 3 videos. Yeah, that might have been it as well. It like limits you to 3 notifications. If I do 2 videos, then the notification will go through on my live stream. But if I upload 3 videos, then it's not going to go through. The annex videos are the best. I mean, yeah, it is kind of funny that, Trump has given us this chance. I might have to start expanding them to just weird-ass countries, but no, I'm not going to do that. The only annex videos I do is Canada and Greenland. Maybe we'll get rumors on a country and I'll be able to do a video on it. Will Pete get fired? No, he won't. Apparently it wasn't even him if this is true. It was someone else. I remember watching your election stream, saw Georgia was at 88% counted, and started doing the villain voice. Yeah, dude, that election stream was just so positive. It really was, because, when you go into something like that, I knew I was going to get a lot of viewers. I knew it was going to be a really long stream. It was going to be like a surreal thing, but I thought for sure, in terms of the betting, Trump would go under 50%, just because it's the adversity, but it never happened. Like, it never even came close to happening. The only time Trump was like down at all was like right when I started the stream, because of the early voting data. The early voting data was like, the early voting data is, please, if you're going to remember one thing, remember this. The early voting data is complete fucking bullshit on election night. Complete bullshit. It is, you cannot interpret it at all. It's the dumbest shit imaginable. Liberals started jumping for joy with that early voting data when they said democracy is like the #1 issue. Remember that? And I was like, don't worry about it. But it did look bad. Yeah, but dude, this is another thing that Republicans will do. They'll start trying to like, oh, I'm better than these people, It's like a good piling on thing. It's like, I might be a conservative influencer, but I'm not them. But it's like these influencers, man, I just if our relationship with Russia improves, you actually think we could trade some parts of Eastern Russia, since they're extremely desolate, if Russia wants warmer territories? Yeah, we would be able to have the full control of the Bering Strait then. No, that I don't think that would happen. Everyone expected Please to hit 500 million. I never expected that. I never expected Please to hit 500 million in these market conditions. What are you talking about, bro? Doge Trump. Boy, there's a shit coin. The last time I had chicken nuggets, it'd be a while ago, man. Maybe like maybe from fast food establishment. It would have to be, because I never make chicken nuggets. Well, I used to make chicken nuggets, but you know, in the freezer. You make chicken nuggets yourself, they're not as good. You go to fast food places, they're better. The frozen chicken nuggets are not very good. Maybe like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I had chicken nuggets. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't track the chicken nugget consumption of myself. You sold Please? Well, hopefully you sold it, you know, before it tanked. Dude, there is no Mike Johnson coin. The Mike Johnson coin doesn't even exist anymore. There's not enough trades on it for it to be active, bro. It's not, there's no coin. There was a Mike Johnson coin, but it doesn't register anymore. There's certainly no Mike Pence coin, I'll tell you that. You would buy Mike Pence coin for sure. Oh, here you go. Here's your fucking Mike Pence coin. Well, this is a great. This is a. How did this thing even reach this? This is your coin. Go ahead, buy it, man. This coin is trapped. This is a pump fund locked with 2,800 liquidity, trapped in the depths of hell. This is actually a good example of what happens to pump fund coins. What if Mike Pence just tweets out, "This is my coin. I'm endorsing it," and then it goes to like 3 million. Seriously, if Mike Pence endorsed it, it probably would only go to like 2 million. Mike Pence endorses it, it only goes to like 50K. He's like, "Please, I'm trying to pay for retirement." Oh man, this is your coin, man. You wanted me to review it. I mean, it looks good. Let me look at the recent chart price action. Oh, that's good. It's accumulating. It's hit an accumulation window. The media is making a story with the Pete Hegseth thing. Yeah, I know. The Pete Hegseth thing, it'll go away tomorrow. It'll go away tomorrow, I would imagine. I mean, it's, you know, it's not good. That shouldn't be happening, but it wasn't like anything was leaked. Boy, what's with this Severance? People are obsessed with this show. Somebody's asked me about Severance. I never seen it. Is GTA 6 coin actually related to the game? No, neither one's. They're just they're just memes, basically. Our Europe, our Canada subreddits have lost their minds on the annexation talk. This exposed that Europe really thought they owned us and could tell us what to do. In what, like, I think it would, I think in terms of like us being owned by Europe it would be more exposed with us with the war with Ukraine, honestly, because, you know, obviously they're very mad with what we're doing, ending that. But I think that, you know, they're just gonna go crazy. They're always going to be mad about, you know, when we annex something or when Trump does something. I mean, plus the thing is that those Europeans have to understand, do they realize that the problem is those people in Greenland are being fed a bunch of bullshit fucking EU, just complete garbage babble. They're being fed a bunch of propaganda. So, you know, it's like they're more EU, but if you look at a map, Greenland is more so part of North America, 100%. I mean, Greenland is right next to Canada. We might have, like, if we do buy Nunavut, that's right next to Greenland, like literally right next to it. Did you see Jamie Raskin clip of him saying Elon may run for president? Jamie Raskin is still thought of as a person that we should listen to. I mean, who cares what he's... Remember when he said, Trump is not going to be inaugurated. We're going to, you know... He said that in, like, before... 3 weeks before. There are a bunch of dumbass liberals saying it. Like, Trump, something's going to happen. There's cheating. Thoughts on Greenland being angry about the Ursha Vance visiting? Yeah, I mean, they're very hostile about that, which is surprising. But obviously, there's other motives behind that visit. It's important to understand that as well. The teleprompter. That was a great moment. The Jamie Raskin teleprompter moment, it was just so shocking. And, you know, I thought that my screen had frozen. It was an amazing moment. Yeah, Greenland is such a no-brainer. I've laid it all out. It needs to happen. It's good for Greenland. It's good for the United States. Maybe it's not great for the EU. That's fine. I mean, the EU has done a poor job of really containing themselves in terms of the immigration they have, and their own countries have been devalued. So it's unfortunate for them. This is what happens, though. Oh man, Nick, I agree with you, man. Other Western countries were as hostile towards unwanted Indians. Yeah, wow. No, but what about the fake nationalism now in Canada? Oh, they love being Canadian. Wait, what is a Canadian again? Is a Canadian an immigrant from India? Now you want to be a nationalist? Okay, maybe you should have done that 5 years ago. Severance is a great show. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. Trump's World Liberty just launched its stablecoin USD1 on BNB. Oh, not BNB. Come on, you're not serious. Still waiting for your liberal friend to tell you the purpose of Department of Education. Well, they'll say it's to fund like underprivileged schools and stuff. "60 Minutes did another softball interview with George Clooney." Yeah, there's rumors of George Clooney possibly. I mean, he's been involved in politics, but imagine that clown. Imagine he runs in 2028 as like a Trump rival. Why does Polymarket use 538 for Trump approval rating? They sucked in 2024. Is that what they use? 538 for the approval in terms of betting? Yeah. I mean, I would use a Real Clear over 538. 538, I thought they were defunded or some shit. I thought they didn't exist anymore, but... Oh, when did this happen? Ukraine agreed to pay back the United States. Yeah, I'm not sure where the deal is that was officially agreed upon. I'm not sure why this would be at 100%. I didn't see any deal that was official. I mean, it's going to happen, I'm sure. We'll go after the Bahamas for oil people. I said the Bahamas should be a place that Trump looked at in terms of annexing. It's a beautiful vacation spot. When is the mineral deal? It's been almost a month now. Yeah, there's a hold up in the mineral deal. You know, I think Russia and Ukraine, they're trying to fight for control of areas before any of this gets agreed upon. You really should keep a diary of what you eat if you want to get healthier. Yeah, I mean, it definitely to make sure you know what you're eating. I mean, I never really keep a diary just because it's not like I'm trying to lose weight or anything. But if you are trying to lose weight, yeah, it definitely helps to track it. You copied my bracket, did you? Seriously? Well, I mean, my bracket right now. How did my bracket go down? Or did it not? I don't know. I thought it was a 72nd percentile. All right, it's a 70th percentile. You know, it depends. It's we have to have Houston win. I think Houston should beat Purdue easily. Now, this is probably going to be a tough game for Houston no matter who they face. But I think they'll beat Tennessee. I think they'll face Tennessee and beat Tennessee. Opinion on Disney and CNN trying to co-purchase Polymarket? Is that serious? Disney and CNN? I mean, I could see CNN from the betting. Polymarket airdrop. Yeah, the Polymarket coin. Solana. What do they got, a Solana coin now? That can't be real, man. Come on. That ain't real. There's a 64% chance that Bitcoin will better surpass 110K. Come on. That's an easy bet. 110K in 2025 at any point. A diary. Yeah, isn't it like an app you use? It's like an app. You're asking HOI, Heart of Irons 4? I haven't played it in like 3 years. I saw they got they got new mods out though. I want to do like a realistic thing where Trump annexes Greenland in certain areas. I wonder how well that would do in a video. But I don't think they have the mods that they have. It's like when Bill Clinton was president, it's like 1997 or something. Was the recent mod that I saw. You gonna do an election night stream for the Canadian election? It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. I mean, I'll definitely look at it. I'll definitely stream for it. But it's not gonna be like, I'm not doing 7 hours or even 5 hours or anything like that. We'll see who wins. I mean, it's kind of weird for me personally because there's gonna be a lot of like people that say, well, you should want the conservative to win. I kind of want Carney to win, honestly, just to make annexing those provinces easier. But either way, I think there'll be an angle you can, if Paul Vieira wins, I guess that's positive too. We need a good Trump simulator game. Yeah, we just need a good like updated war simulator game. Do you think we should annex the Korean DMZ? No. For what purpose? Why would we do that? You think Carney is on the Epstein list? Imagine if that dropped like 2 days before the election. That would be a disqualifier. Whew. That would certainly pump the coin. What do you think of Carney? He's a clown. He's completely in over his head. It's painful to watch him try and get through interviews. Carney. He didn't win any election. He shouldn't be in that position. He shouldn't be on the ballot. But it is what it is with Canadian politics. And so, I mean, it's kind of similar to Kamala in a sense, where it's not like Kamala won a primary, but yeah, he's a total buffoon. Can we get a video on your list of meme coins you're looking at? There's no point. The video just would not get any views. It's just, there's really no point. I mean, the thing is, these are some of the main ones I'm looking at right now. It's good to see NASDAQ up 40%. But honestly, like I have so many of these coins right now. Let's see some of these. Based SPX, that's good to see. There's a lot of coins doing well today. It looks like, you know, a lot of coins boomed a bit. This GTA coin will be one to watch for sure. This coin's got an actual price history. It's been out over a year. I'm surprised it tanked that far, but yeah, with this trailer coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if it went to 2 or 3 million, honestly. Although I guess that's only like, at this point, it's only like we need to go like 10 million or some shit. It's already at 700K. GTA on Ethereum. I know Rockstar's like they get really bad, like crazy about shit like that, so I don't know. Greenland. You think Greenland would be higher with how much Trump is talking about it, but it's just not. Yeah, I remember this run from Greenland. You know, I round-tripped. I forgot to tell people I round-tripped this coin. I probably bought it like... I might have bought it when it was 36K, and I should have sold it, obviously, when it was 2 or 3 million. It's unfortunate what happened to it. But, I mean, that you're not going to see much price action like this anymore, where the coin balloons all the way up. I mean, we can't even get that with Epstein. Need looks maxing advice? Go on a fast. And also, you gotta, you know, I guess just, yeah, that's pretty much all I would recommend. I mean, I guess you gotta go to the gym, too. Skyrim. I never really played much of Skyrim. When I was younger, I played GTA 5, not a ton of Skyrim. Not a ton of Assassin's Creed. I used to play this game called Mercenaries when I was a lot younger. That was like my first open world game I ever played. You ever maxed for dating apps? No, not for dating apps, but I was in pretty good shape in like 2021. Honestly, I'm not even lying. I was, because I went to the gym. I mean, I went to the gym. I had a run. I think I went to the gym like probably a year and a half straight, and that was with cardio too. That was with cardio, so I was in pretty good shape. Drink a shit ton of water. Shower twice a day. For looks maxing, I mean, you just need to shower once a day, I'd say. But yeah, that is true. You know, I never got into drinking a ton of water ever, but water will fill you up to a degree. And also, it's just good for you. GTA 4 is goated. What about, you remember GTA San Andreas? I always played that on my iPad. God, I played a ton of that game. GTA San Andreas. And like looking back on it with those graphics on your iPad, oh God, those are terrible. You could die from overhydrating. Yeah, I mean, it depends. You'd have to go really extreme with it. Fasting for more than a day is terrible. Well, you get into like ketosis if you do it, but I remember one time I fasted for the longest I ever fasted was for 4 days. You know, if people are split on fasting on whether it's good or not, but like they say about 2 days in, you will start just shedding fat, actual body fat, once you get like a certain. I think it's 36 hours in. Would you get out of Doge if you were in it? You're talking about the government efficiency coin? No, I mean, there's no point in selling anything right now unless you're rotating into something else. I mean, everything's still down. What do you think about the report that GTA 6 will be the last in the series? It can't be. The game makes way too much money. They didn't even have to advertise for 6. Well, dude, I mean, at this point, I think a lot of people are saying we're not even nobody's even excited for 7. The game took 12 years to come out. So it's like, who even cares about 7 at this point? People are all going to be really old when it comes out. So it's like, what's the point of even worrying about 7? Mog up about 20%. Yeah, Mog, dude, I like Mog a lot. Mog is like SPX. You know, those are the two big dogs that are. Those are two big dogs that I think are going to do well. Yeah, I think Mog probably bottomed at like 150 million. I mean, imagine if Mog. I will kind of get pissed at myself if Mog does go to like 30 billion. Because if I would have gotten it at around 150 million to 30 billion, I mean, that's just negligence on my part. It really is. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't have been buying that. But it's because, you know, I've had a history with Mog. Do you think Trump fasted? Yeah, well, Trump is, he's lost about 20 pounds. He's lost, they said, about 20 to 30 pounds. Trump looks a lot thinner in his face. He's lost a lot of face fat. He apparently looks a lot healthier, they say. And so, yeah, he's lost some serious weight, and they say he works out and stuff, so. But, yeah, Trump's in really good shape, guys. Trump's like an elite athlete. Dude, I tweeted out Trump was an elite athlete because he won some sham golf tournament. It's like, yeah, he's an elite athlete. You didn't eat for 9 days? Dude, that's crazy. How is that even possible? Did you like have a smoothie or something? That's basically eating if you have a smoothie. GTA 6 will be $100 for regular edition, $500 for streamer. I heard it was going to be $100. That's disturbing, man. That's going to set a really, really bad precedent. Really bad. Did you see his Colorado painting? Yeah, I'll show you it. It's I posted about it. Dude, come on. They did this on purpose to him. They had to have done this on purpose as a troll. The lady, just a raging liberal. But her Obama one was really odd as well. Trump tweeted out, he's like, well, she made a really nice one for Obama. And in her Obama painting looks like Obama's like a feminine like woman. It looks not good as well. I mean, it looks better than this, but you're 34 currently. If GTA 7 comes out the same time span it took, you'll be in your 50s. Yeah, I know. That's why it's like nobody even cares at this point about GTA 7 because like 6 just took such a ridiculous amount of time to come out. Mark Carney's first stop was a disaster. He had to call the police to protect him from angry fishermen. Yeah, he's not winning shit. There's no way he wins. He's terrible, too. Like, these liberal parties, man, they do not put up good candidates. Carney is like, you would think with Trudeau, and, you know, they would at least put up somebody that's capable. This guy is just not capable. He can't even relate to any middle-class Canadian at all. It's really cringy to watch. Can't Trump get that replaced? Yeah, Trump demanded it was replaced. On Truth Social, he tweeted, he's like, this is shit. Fasting 14 days. I've seen people on YouTube fast for like an extremely long period of time, like 30 days, and track it and stuff, and it's this weird thing to where it becomes an obsession for them because they're like, it's just weird, man. You fasted one day before and became a complete train wreck the day after. When I fasted for like 3 or 4 days, when you get through the first day, they always say the second day and the third day are easier, but really it gets really bad. Like, it's just like constant hunger fits. But then at a certain point, you like level off. Once you get to a certain point into a fast, you do level off. But like, the first day is really bad, the second day is not bad, but then the third and fourth day, like, you just have these hunger fits to where you're just constantly really hungry. I didn't have horrible energy, I don't think. Dude, I remember one time when I was working at this greenhouse, this was like the only job I've had. No, but I was working at this greenhouse place. This was in between my my junior year and senior year of high school, and you know, it was like a Saturday night, and I just couldn't fall asleep. So I was just watching. This had to have been like early August, because this would have been early August if I remember this correctly, and I couldn't fall asleep, and that's why I was watching just Netflix on my iPad, and I remember like trying to like adjust my position in bed, and I had my bed positioned different, like I got a glimpse of the window and I could see light, and I was like, oh shit. So I was up the entire night. So then I don't know why, but you know, I didn't have any actual hours with this job. I could go in at any time, you could clock in and whatever. So I went in to work at like 7 a.m. on a Sunday. Dude, I was so tired. I think I left at like 9:30, and I was like falling asleep in the shower. I came home to shower, I was like falling asleep. I don't even know why I did that. But yeah, when you stay up, it's I just can't do it. Well, now it's better. You know, when I was like a teenager in like 2021, anytime I got under 5 hours of sleep, I felt like dog shit. Complete dog shit. And now it's now I can function. I can function pretty well under 5 hours. I mean, I'll go through fits where certain times throughout the day where I'll feel bad, but I can function a lot better under 5 hours of sleep now. You fasted for 3 days while taking Ozempic with 0 hunger pains. Not that you'd recommend it. Lost 18. Yeah, I don't know about Ozempic, man. I wouldn't take Ozempic, honestly, man. Well, I mean, even if I was, I mean, maybe if you're desperate, I understand. You know how many times Canada has come to your aid to protect the U.S.? Well, that's like an oxymoron, man. They can't protect shit. Canada can't protect fucking shit, man. I gotta be honest with you. Your country's weak as fuck. Please don't take offense to it. Thoughts on the Yankees? The Yankees lost Garrett Cole. It's gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be very hard. What if my name was on there? I was in the chat. Well, I'm getting some big information. Jeffrey Goldberg, the Imposer. Wait, who are the others that were in the chat? You haven't slept more than 4 hours a night? Never have. That's really rare, man. Do you sleep like 2 to 6 or 3 to 7? Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Sometimes I sleep from like 3 to 8, honestly. That's 5 hours. How many countries have you been to? Maybe like 5, maybe. Well, the United States, Canada, and then some vacation places. United States, Canada, Mexico, and then like vacation places. So like 6 maybe. Your buddy has taken Ozempic. I wonder, so Ozempic just basically says you don't have, like, you can just go without food. Like, there's no, like, you don't even want to eat. Does it make you nauseous? Or is it just like, you just don't want to eat? Don't you remember when Canada sent 5 people to help on World War II? Oh, I thought they sent 4. I'm sorry. They sent 5. Yeah, that changes everything now. No, then that when we now they we're in debt to them. They sent 5. I thought they sent 4. Remember, dude, all these European countries. What about 9/11? We helped you, dude. We never should have been in that war anyways. It was a complete money drain. You think we liked the war on terror? Like all these European countries, like we helped you after 9/11. Are you close to the border? The U.S.-Canadian border? No, not really. No. I mean, I guess, you know, compared to other people, it's not like I'm in the middle of the country. I'm closer than a decent amount. You gain the weight back as soon as you get off Ozempic. Yeah, that could be, but at least people lose the weight, I guess. I mean, I heard Ozempic was like, Ozempic's like $500 a month or something. It slows digestion. Ozempic burps smell like shit. Your fat ass cousin tried to cheat exercise and do it. Oh, man. It ruined your digestive system, slows it down. You become constipated. It eats away at your bone and muscle density. Yeah, it's interesting the effects that stuff like that can have. You know, there's a lot of side effects that are going to be coming from that. I mean, I don't understand why people wouldn't just, I mean, if you really want to be thin, just don't eat. I mean, or really do like a crazy cardio exercise as well. I mean, that's the easiest way to burn is through cardio. You can shoot through Lake Erie. Yeah, I know. That's where I'd have to go through to get to Canada, Lake Erie. 500 a month. Well, I've heard it's 1,000 if you get like the pill form, which is more convenient. But there's like another way to take it. Thoughts on the Department of Education? RIP. Do hit workouts? Yeah, but those hit workouts, you get tired really quickly. It's not an optimal way to burn calories. I think there's better ways to do it on cardio machines rather than those hit workouts. Because especially if you're not in shape, you're not going to be able to keep up with those at all. You'll do like a minute of it. Ozempic face. Yeah, with this like the sunken face is what it is. Steak, pineapple, lemons, carrots. Bro, what kind of dinner is that from hell? No, dude, I like steak. I do like steak, man. I don't like carrots too much. I don't eat carrots. Lemons are fine. Pineapple's good. Trump launched a new meme coin. Yeah, that I would have to denounce Trump if he launched a new meme coin. I would be like, I'm denouncing my support for Trump after this. Yeah, we got a lot of doctors in the chat talking about Ozempic and how it's bad for you. That's true. What the hell happened with war plans leaked? Yeah, in the group chat thing, it was just it's a whole it's not good. It was somebody that leaked, apparently leaked war. It's not even war. Nothing that got leaked compromised anything, but it's just not good. But it wasn't Hegseth, it was Waltz who did it. Waltz who did it apparently. On the plane in the Middle East with the Houthis. Thoughts on the JD Vance coin? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, that's like one of those things to where... there is an actual JD Vance coin. Obviously, there's the Please. There is an actual Ethereum JD Vance coin. Does it even show up? I think it shows up. Yeah, this is where it is. Yeah, I just can't see this coin doing anything. The Please coin will probably do well. This is like the official Vance coin, though. It's just called JD Vance. I mean, in 2028, yeah, just wait for 2028, guys. You got a little ways to wait. It's all right for when Vance runs. It's a long-term investment. It's a long-term investment. Look at Trump tweet. I mean, what do you mean? Is it an actual Trump tweet or is it from his Truth Social? This is what it is you're talking about?
Not a day goes by I don't think about it.
Trump's longtime assistant shares what happened after the shooting.
I'll never forget him dropping to the ground, shots being fired, him going down, and then him fighting through the Secret Service to get up and not only get his shoe, as you heard on the mic.
Let me get my shoes.
But the way he got up and lifted his fist and yelled, fight, fight, fight. That's his spirit, and that's the way that man is behind the scenes. Fight, fight, fight. He's been doing that all his life. Yeah. Then they brought him in and brought him to the hospital. I picked up his hat because the hat fell to the ground, gave it to him in the hospital. And he's there on the phone wanting to know how you guys are doing, how the family's doing. He cared about the people that were in the room, the Secret Service agents, myself. He's a warrior. And that's who the American people have leading this country.
Many people.
All right, people are telling me that Trump posted about a meme coin on Truth Social. Is that what it is? No, he didn't post about shit. You're just lying. Oh man, he did post. He did post about his meme coin yesterday. Truth Social is boomer maxing. Yeah, Truth Social, man. I don't even have a Truth Social account. I mean, it's just the Trump cesspool. We still basically know nothing about crooks. Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. This is the coin that... Where was that coin? This is the coin the dude was telling me to look at. It's a bit pricey for my liking. It's a bit rich. What do you think? I'm a multi-millionaire? I invest into something like this? You should have... Maybe you buy it down here. Yeah, maybe we'll see what ends up happening to it, man. Partcoin back over $500 million. Worthless space. Oh, wow. Not too bad. Did you see the 2030 census projection? Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I've done videos on it too. But yeah, I mean, it's looking good right now. You know, those things tend to fluctuate. It's probably not going to be as extreme as it looks right now. But still, Republicans are going to gain significantly in Florida and Texas. We know that. And libs are going to lose in California and New York. That's just the population shifts now, the cost of living. What do the 500K migrants do? Hopefully self-deport, leave. All you have to do is buy Bitcoin and never look at a chart again. I can't. I have to look at the charts though. I have to look at the charts. You got to buy the meme coins and look at the charts. The meme coins have not. They've not. They you know, it's tough with the meme coins. Warplanes on Signal. You're joking me. God, I should have gotten into this coin. God damn it. But what's the point of even this coin doing well? It's not even a legitimate, like, fucking thing. It's a freaking Pete Hegseth thing. Or will Cali and New York lie their ass off? No, you're not going to be able to hide that much of a shift in terms of the population. They're not going to be able to hide that, man. The only reason they got away with, like, siphoning off the electoral votes in the 2020 census, the liberals did, was because the 2020 census was a shit show done during a pandemic. Your bracket is in the 154th place. That's pretty high. That's like the 90th percentile, like, overall. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do an election with a bunch of random people. Maybe I'll do that one of these times. We'll do an election. I'll take the chat requests on who the candidates should be. You got a good buy on when you get into Signal. Signal is the next big thing they're saying. Boy, the Pyramids coin sold off. Let it accumulate. No, I'm not in this coin. Come on, Epstein. Come on. Epstein. We need Epstein to do something. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I did 2-hour live stream. We're gonna get some big news one of these days. We're gonna get big news. Miss Dog and Me, the woman version. But we'll get big news at some point, I think. Drake and Josh coin. Your obsession with Drake and Josh is commendable. Your admiration for Drake. Wait, what happened to Drake Bell? He was in court. Remember that? You can't do the crime. Black guy routine. Is that a coin? I don't think it's on here, man. If Epstein came back from the dead, the coin would boom. Yeah, imagine that there's like a rumor he's alive and then they show a photo of him. Boom. 100x. All right, guys, I'll see ya.